Quite some time ago, in one of my orders, I had this girl, which is, I think, the oldest Barbie I have laying around. And let's say, first of all, her head doesn't work with the body anymore. The fingers are destroyed, so reviving them is not in the book, and even her feet are shown off and or chopped off and very broken. So this body, as much as it pains me, will go in the trash after I'm done with her. And it looks like at one point she had bangs, which the former owner did not really enjoy, so they chopped off the whole front part without replacing it. Hello, moth, or whatever you are. I'm insanely tempted to repaint her, but because she is more or less vintage, I guess, I think I shouldn't do that. I think the only thing I should do is reroute her and give her another body. Lucky for me, this one arrived with a fake Barbie head, and it is in a lot better condition. It has some interesting marker stains and everything. I am going to try to use acetone on this one, and if it doesn't melt the rubber parts, what it shouldn't, I think, I will use it on this one. And then with boiling water I will remove the head, because it already has a little fracture here, and I don't want to break the neck pack, because my goal obviously is to get this head on there after she is rerouted. And then I am not sure what to give, what kind of dress I want to give her. I will think about that. But my goal basically is to make the dream Barbie that I never had as a kid, because I remember that at least one of my Barbies had the exact same face sculpt. And I remember that as a child I always was like, why is there no dark-haired Barbie? I am not sure if I just don't remember them in store, or if in Germany the amount of dark-haired Barbies was as few as I remember. But I can't recall seeing one with darker hair. And I have this auburn color, this slightly reddish brown, and I think that would be very nice with her. So let's start with cutting the hair short and getting rid of the plucks. And just to mention it, I have no idea how vintage she really is, but because of her already having the haircut, I don't really feel bad about removing the rest of the hair. I think I would feel bad about repainting her, even though it's highly unlikely that she has any high value, especially without her original clothes and everything. But still, I do want to keep the face as is and just give her new hair, new dress, new body. I assume that will be enough new stuff for a girl that might be 30 or 40 years old. I decided to turn her into a character that I insanely loved. A show that I watched multiple times, which was or is Princess Fantaghiro. I have no idea if anyone watching this knows about this show. It's an Italian, or it was an Italian fairy tale show that had 8 or 10 pieces, I'm not sure anymore. And I watched it over and over again. I loved it. My mother watched it with me. My brother loved it. And, yeah. If there was a fantaghiro doll, I never saw it, and if I would have seen it, I would have bought it. And by accident, I chose a hair color that is close enough to turn our vintage Barbie into fantaghiro. I will start by making patterns for this body, which is basically the classic Barbie body I can remember from my childhood. We are now going to do the pattern for the doll. I don't see me doing a complete lower costume or undergarment and a complete upper garment, because I think as much, or the more you add to a Barbie doll, the bulkier it looks. And I think I would prefer this to not look that bulky. I know the old Barbies are made to put on some weight in clothing. That's why they have this insanely thin waists. But anyway. This now is our completed Princess Fantaghiro costume. In the back I did some lacing, and yeah, that's it. I painted her shoes because I had to. I took a deep dive and tried to find out which color her shoes had, and I remembered that she had pale blue stockings. They were made out of a stretchy material, but because I have this light blue, I made them out of the same cotton, so they are not very form-fitting. But you will only see the shoes, so... And they were blue as well. But we are not done with the accessories yet. We will come to that a bit later. But first of all, I want to take care of her hair. Come here. So, I washed this once. I didn't boil wash it, I just washed it with some plain water. Now we comb it through, cut it a bit, and then we need to curl it, because I assume it was a wig that Alessandra Martinez was wearing. That was quite curly, at least in the lower regions, and I want to recreate that. When you do this in a hairdresser's salon, or when you get curls in a hairdresser's salon that are permanent, you have these. Those are rollers to make a perm, and I do like them liked them quite a lot. And I decided to buy some of them for doing doll hair, because with this paper, that is a paper that is specifically for wrapping the tips to not get them tangled up too much. It is far easier if you have the right comb, which is this with the long pointed tip. Don't have that right now, but I assume we will be fine anyway. Spoiler, we were not. As you already see on the screen, the perm curlers did a wonderful job of very perm-esque curls. I straightened her hair again afterwards, burned it on the way. Then I tried to curl it with the straightening iron, which didn't work really well, and then I panicked and again first tried some styling, then I tried some glue, and you can guess where it ended. We had very stiff curls that I didn't really enjoy. Having the dress and let's say at least similar hairstyle is just half of what you need for being a fantaghiro lookalike. There are some accessories that are desperately needed. Desperately needed. She needs a sword. She normally should have a bow as well, but I'm not sure if I am able to make a bow. I am going to try that by using a skewer. I might have to wet it and then bend it, because otherwise it might just break. Could work. We will try that. If this doesn't work, we still have some of those thicker ones, or we had one of those. Now it's broken. Yeah, but the bow is just a prop, so don't know. Then I bought a goose, because her one of her friends is a goose. Basically, she has one of her friends, or she calls her a friend, is the White Witch, and the White Witch takes on the form of a goose to help her. What I want to do is try to remove the grass part that is added so she can stand, because she will live in a bag. That bag I want to make either out of leather or, and that is a try thing, I have a leather effect Fimo. That's what I want to try, and I am going to try to sculpt a little rock that she has with a face. It's a stone she finds somewhere, it's alive, it's, yeah, becomes kind of her friend. Anyway, if you haven't seen the original show, I guess you think I'm crazy. So, that is what we want to do. We want to make the back for the goose, remove the goose from the grass, sculpt the back, or so on, depends. Make a belt for the sword and the sheath, the thing where you put the sword in. That's everything we want to do now. And if I need to tell you anything more, I will do that during voiceover, because it's still far too warm. I know I complain about it all the time. So, I say goodbye for the moment. What does this tell you? Or what does this tell you? Right! I hated the hair. I did a complete new reroute. So I then curled the hair again with the rollers. This time it really worked quite nicely, because I took the rollers out after ball washing them directly and had it dry on the air, or at the air, so the curls were a little bit looser. And then I fixated her hair with hairspray, and let's say she's close enough to fantaghiro that I'm okay with her. Let me know what you think about her in the comments down below, and yeah, I hope you kind of enjoyed this video, and we will see us in another one. Until then, bye.